gang, welcome to my weekly Facebook Live. It's absolutely freezing in here. I'm in the bottom of the garden and I forgot to turn the heating on, so I'm really cold, so I've got my trusty hat on. I'm also having a really bad hair day under here, so the less said about that the better. I'm just going to find you on my phone and then I can follow along with you all. Let's see what's happening here. You all are. Okie dokie. So I found you. There's quite a few of you on, which is always good news. Leave me a little comment to let me know you're here and whereabouts in the world you're watching from. So tonight, Tuesday, we're 6:30 here in the UK, past a few minutes. We're a little bit earlier than normal because the 30th of November in the evening is always Christmas decoration time for us. We made a decision a few years ago that we would decorate the house on the last evening of November whilst the children are asleep, so that when they wake up on the 1st of December, the house is decorated, the tree is up, the advent calendars are there and the elf has arrived. So there is a lot of Christmas decorations behind me. They're all hiding out here so that the children have no idea what's going on. Really stressful this year though, because Florence has been going to bed quite a bit later, so we're not actually going to start until about 9:30 tonight. Usually takes us about 4 hours, so I'm here a little bit earlier than normal. Bear with me. So I've also had a really busy day collecting lots of wreaths for my wreath workshop that I do every year as well, which is tomorrow. So really busy time of year, but how exciting. So thank you also for joining me a little bit earlier than normal. Tomorrow we have a really exciting last chance sale starting. It is for all of the products that are retiring from the current winter catalogue, so the August to December mini catalogue, and I'm going to be using something tonight that's going in the sale, and there's lots of products that are about up to 50% off, so it's a really good chance to grab a bargain. Things will sell out really quickly, so if you've got your eye on something, I would be sure to order it really quickly if you can. So enough about that, let's get crafting. I have no idea where this is going to take us tonight. I've got a little idea in my head. Who knows what will come of that, but we will see. Follow along, and if you've got any comments or questions, pop them in the comments box and I'll try and keep up. And we'll see where the evening takes us. I hope you're sitting very comfortably. I'm just going to move my clamp so that you can hopefully see my desk in a moment. Here we go. Right, so you can see a little bit of my desk. Let's just move this up slightly. That's better. Okay. So I'm going to be using tonight the Delicate Baubles dies. Now, these are reducing tonight in the sale. So the sale will start at 11 o'clock tonight if you're here in the UK. Oh, I nearly showed you the new catalogue then. You don't want to see that, do you? That's for another day. So Delicate Baubles dies, they are part of a bundle and they are on page 40 of the mini catalogue. Okay, so they are here. They are a stamp set and die bundle that you can purchase together and save yourself 10%, or once they've gone in the sale tonight you'll save a lot more money buying them separately. I myself just bought the dies because I think the dies are just smashing. They're quite a good size, and you get an outer die in the traditional round style, and then you've got more of an elongated style here. So you get 2 dies for the circle to go inside, so the detailed dies, and then you get 2 of these more elongated, more elaborate designs. I don't know what shape you'd call that actually, to go inside, and then you've got this lovely ribbon, this lovely bow, and then you've got the piece to make them hang. So really great set of dies. I personally don't think they've been used enough. I think they are amazing. And I'm going to show you a little bit more about them tonight. So yes, from 11 o'clock tonight, they will be £19.80 in the sale. A really good deal. So I will, before I show you that, actually, I wanted to try and recreate a little bit of this, because I think this is really pretty, but we're going to mix the colours up a little bit. So let me grab some paper or card, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to use this. This is shaded spruce. Love a bit of shaded spruce. I don't think it's seen often. So I'm going to cut my card base down. So this is just a standard card base. If you're in the UK, it's half a sheet of A4, scored at 14.9 centimetres, and then folded to create your tent fold card. Okay, so we've got that piece, and then I'm going to grab a bit of this as well. So I'm just going to take this down a little bit. We'll take that down to 14.4 by 10 centimetres. So that's just half a centimetre smaller than your card front. Okay. So I'll just show you this a little bit. So this now sits on our card front. Okay. Let's just crease our score line to make that nice and crisp. The trick with a tent fold card is to make sure your score line at the top is really crisp, and then it stands nice and tall for you. Okay, I'm going to put the card base to one side and I'm going to work on this piece here. So I'm going to bring in a blending brush, and I'm going to bring in a bit of shaded spruce ink pad. I'm going to use an old piece of grid paper for this, because that bottom piece is just too pretty and clean. No worries, Let, at all. It's earlier than the normal time, so I'm trying to confuse you all. So I'm just I want to add a little bit of texture to this piece of card, and a bit of tone on that colour. So blending is a really good way to do that. This is one of the blending brushes that are available in the annual catalogue. They come in a pack of 3, and they're really soft. Really easy to clean, and even nicer to use. If you haven't got any in your stash yet, pop them on your Christmas list, because they're just lovely. Great stocking filler. Okay, so I'm just going to go round the edge of my card, and I want to try and create a bit of a focal area where we're going to put that bauble. Okay. It's very noisy outside all of a sudden. So I'm just following around the edge. I'm going to keep going until I'm really happy with how dark that blend is. It will always dry a bit lighter, so I want to make sure this is really quite dark. Evening Evergreen would be a great colour to use. I might actually add a little bit of that in a second as well. Okay. My preference to use these brushes is to go round in little circles. I find you get quite an even blend by doing it that way. And I'm actually applying quite a bit of pressure here. Okay, so there's my shaded spruce. If I show you that now up against our card base, you can see that's quite different. Okay. And it's just a really nice way to use two tones of the same colour. I'm just going to grab my Evening Evergreen pad, which appears to have gone walkabouts. Here it is. So Evening Evergreen is one of our in colours that was introduced earlier on this year, and we've got these in colours for 2 years. So I'm just going to add a little bit of dark. Oh, that's really nice actually. That's a great colour. Big fan of Evening Evergreen. When I first saw it, earlier on this year. I wasn't quite convinced, but in the back of my head, and I think I said this to a few customers, it will actually come into its own, I think, at Christmas, and it really, really has. That's really nice now. That's a lot darker, and just the sort of look that I wanted. Okay, there we have. Oh, I love it, I love it, I love it. What do you all think? Okay. So now we've done that, I want to add a bit of light colour to that. So I want to grab, if I can get them across the Christmas decorations that are in here. Definitely not where I thought it was. I was hoping to get my craft ink, but it's not where I thought it was. Let's just see if it's in here. Things keep going walkabouts in here. It's definitely not in there. Right, so we need to improvise a little bit. Let's use a bit of Wink of Stella. This is always a good option. Wink of Stella. Okay, so this is a shimmery glitter pen. Okay, so I'm just going to use some of it from the lid. So it's quite a mucky technique, but you can see I've just added a bit of fleck there, like so. Okay, so I'm going to put that to one side, and I'm going to use my dies now. So you have here, I'm going to get rid of that piece now because that's quite mucky as well. You have here an outline die, and then you have a detailed inner die. So let's do a little bit of die cutting, shall we? Evening to you, Zaina. Let's just bring my die machine in. And I'm going to cut both of these out of white card. So I'm going to put that one on and that one on. But what we need to add to this one, we need to add one of these. This is the die that will cut out the little hole for us to be able to thread some twine through it, okay? So let's pop that on like so. Pop that down and wheel it through. Oops. It's moving around because it's on paper. I'm just going to wheel that one back through. And again. It would probably have cut first time, but because I'm live, I don't want it to go wrong, so I'm doing it a little bit more than I would normally do it. Right, so let's pick this apart. Must not lose this die. Let's have a little bit. How quickly do you think I will lose that die? There's two, thank goodness. So Stampin' Up must know what we're all like. So now when we peel this off, I'm just going to show you this on a dark background. So this is how we've created the loop at the top of the die. And then this is what we end up with. So this is our little intricate die. And this one says Merry and Bright, or Merry Bright. I'm just going to pop out all those little stubborn pieces, and I'm using my pick tool. Always a nice little tool to use. Okay. Let's pop those dies back over there. So now we have this like so. Now how pretty is that? I think that's absolutely beautiful. If I just bring this in, the effect that has against the dark green, isn't that pretty? Evening, Becca and Lucy. Hope you're all right. Becca is my cousin. So let's now do something with this. I feel like that needs something behind it. So what about a little bit of this? No? Now in the catalogue, they have actually used some DSP behind it, looks like. I don't really want to use DSP, I don't think. I like it just like that, just with the white. What do you reckon? With the white, or should we put a pattern behind it? Tell me what you think, and then we'll go from there. In the meantime, I'll just have a little clean of my die. There's a dog having a really good bark outside. It's definitely not Dave. And while you're all doing that, I'm just going to give this a little bit of a dry with my heat tool. I don't want to smudge it. Lucy says pattern. Okay, Lucy, let's put a pattern behind it. What have I got on my desk? Let's have a look at it. Okay. Let me have a look. The DSP is behind me, so that's not too far to go, is it? I seem to have lots of DSP left from this catalogue. Can't really see it on here. Sure, it's better in reality. Oh, let's have a look. This is quite nice. Yeah, that's nice. Let's do that. So we're going to cut this one. If we stick that on here. Or do we leave this one blank? Actually, I'm going to leave this blank, and the next one I'm going to use a pattern because I really like this white on white. So let's just, Lucy will do the next one with a pattern, okay? Now we're going to stick this on here. Like so, and then we're going to pop this centrally on our card. Looks in the center and it looks straight. Oh, I love it. Love it, love it, love it. It's so pretty. I'm just putting a little bit of glue on. I don't want to overload it. Like so. And now we want a little bit of ribbon. So ribbon wise, let's have a little play with this, shall we? This is a really nice ribbon. Evening to you, Sandra. just do this. So I'm just folding this bit of ribbon over like so. Okay. And we want to put that bit of ribbon on there like so. So this is where glue dots should come in handy. Where are they? I do not have any at the moment, so I'm just going to put that there and put my scissors on it. Stay. And I want to grab a little bit of twine. Let's use silver or gold. Let's go silver. So this is Simply Elegant trim, which is really handy to use. We want to tie that actually. Where is my stapler? Hold it with this. So this is a little bulldog clip. I'm going to pull a bit of this off and I'm going to tie this around. So this is where it comes into using what you have on your desk. So I'm just tying this bit of twine around. Aha! Take that off and get that in place. And then now we can tie this in a bow. Here we go. This looks good. Trim that down a bit. And then we can pop this on the top of our card. Now usually I would use a glue dot, but they're not in here, they're in my house. So I'm going to use a dimensional. I'm going to stick that down like so. And then we can just stick our little ribbon on the top. Like so. So that is our little card design there. I don't want to put too much on that because it says merry and bright on the actual card, but what you could do is you could add a little extra banner sentiment on there, but rather than that I'm going to put a little piece inside, turn that round, trim that down a bit. Okay, so let's put this one inside our card. There we have that card all finished. Do let me know what you think. I'm really pleased with that. I love the little bow. I love the speckling on the back of the card. I think that's really, really pretty. Sparkle on that wing Costello is so pretty and so Christmassy. Okay, so that is card number 1 done. Let's make something a little different. So this time around I'm going to use this die, okay? And as promised, Lucy, we're going to use some patterned paper, shall we? And let's see what we've got here. Just seeing what DSP I've got to hand. Now let's use something quite bright, shall we? Let's use this. This is quite different. So bring in our die machine. Okay. And we're going to cut just the simple white one, the simple circle one, out with that. And we want to use that little die again, that little one that I am determined to not lose. And we want to do it so that the stripes are horizontal across the bauble. That's good there. Pop the sandwich together and roll that through. So there is our little bauble. Where's that little die gone? Here it is. So now, in this little card pack that I had, this here is one of the Memories and More cards. No, I'm not going to use that. That's not quite right in my head. Let's use some white card. Okay. So I'm going to cut, we'll have the card base out of Sahara sand, so we'll go 10.5 centimetres again width-wise. Give it a turn. And then score at 14.9. We're then going to have a piece of basic white in the background, and we'll go bring that down by a whole centimetre. So we've got 9.5 by 13.9. We want 2 pieces. So here we go. That is my piece for the front, and that is my piece for the inside. Okay, so our bauble is here, and I'm going to do, I want another piece of white. Where was that piece of white that I just had? Let's cut this down so it's about 3 centimetres. Okay. I'm going to take this and I'm going to stick it across the bauble, okay, like so. So I'm just going to add a bit of glue in the centre. Like so. It's a good thing about using some stripes, getting them nice and equal. I'm going to turn that round, and then I'm going to cut around the bauble. Okay, just like so. So now our little bauble has got a little stripe. And then we're going to bring in these. So these are the Playful alphabet dies. And I'm going to use the numbers. So let's use, no, we're not going to use numbers. We're going to use, should we have joy or peace? Will I get peace on there first? Let's have a look. I really must start putting these away properly. don't think I'm going to get it on this, so let's swap it out to Joy. And we want the J. I love the fact that these dies have got the outline for the letters, but I still lose them, I still can't see them. Okay, so let's cut them out now. And let's cut them out with a bit of red card, shall we? Love a bit of red at Christmas. And actually I've got a little scrap here of DSP that I was using earlier. So let's bring this back in. And we've got J, O, Y. Give that a little wheel through. I don't want to lose these letters. And the Y, it always gets stuck in the Y paper for some reason. Okay, let's put those dies away before I lose them. So let's bring my little card back in. So that is going to start to come together like so. I feel like we need to do something on the back of this. Let's add no, I think we're going to leave that as it is actually. Let's put that on the card. This is my creative thought process as well. You're all getting a little insight into how my brain works. So let's put that one down there. What colour card base? This is Sahara Sand. Kerry, I really like Sahara Sand. It's a little bit softer than Crumb Cake. It's a very nice colour. Okay, so let's put that on there, and then we can put our letters on. I never know whether to put the well, the O definitely goes that way, but I always want to turn it the other way because it's a little bit shorter. Now let's put our Joy on. You want to try and get your letters on nice and straight. Oops. Joy. Okay, and then I'm going to take this here. This is our little ribbon, our little hanging piece, and let's cut this out now. So I'm going to bring my die back in. Oops, wrong one. I want this plate first. It's such a lovely set to use, these baubles. Lovely. So this gives us a really nice, delicate wire to hang our bauble from. Okay. So I am going to pop that down. Just going to stick this down a little bit. Like so. And then we're going to take our string. So I've done no stamping yet as well, which makes a change. Just using the dies. Now let's just trim that off. Like so. Now I definitely feel like this card needs something else. So I'm just going to look at some sentiments that I've got. Bear with. I'm trying to find something with joy on it, and I know which one has got joy on it. Just need to find it. Here it is. Merriest moments. Oh, if you could see me now. See what we've got. If only I wasn't climbing over things. Let's see what we've got here. So, back to my desk. Right, it's the best time of year. Shall we have that? Or we can have Merry Christmas. What have we got on there? Not that one. Snowflake wishes for a Merry Christmas. Definitely not snowflakes. A joyful Christmas to you and yours. Let's put that inside the card. And we've got, may this special season be wrapped in love and joy. That will work, won't it? Grab a little block. And let's stamp in a little bit of cherry cobbler, which is here. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so let's pop that at the bottom of the card. Try and get it straight. Yeah, that's good. Oh, I like that. That's nice. That finishes it off quite nicely. Now I'm going to take a black Stampin' Right marker. This one is good. About 4 of these on the go. I'm just going to choose the one that is working the best. This one. Okay. So I'm going to take my pen and I'm just going to run around the edge like so. And I think that brings it together quite nicely. So we've got 2 very different cards using the same set, and then for the inside of this card we'll do the same with the black pen. Just go around the edge. It doesn't matter if it's wobbly. It's kind of the point because it's a handmade card. And then in here we've got a Joyful Christmas. Well, I'm not going to put that on actually, because we've got that one on the bottom. We can leave that one blank there. So there we have that one like so. Okay, and then I've got one more card in me to make that is in my brain. So we're going to start with a piece of thick basic white, and we're going to make a slimline card. Now I'm just going to check my battery, see how we're doing. We're all right, we're at 13%. Let's do this. So, oh, you didn't realise you had the embossing powder, Sandra. What a find. Well done you. So we're going to cut a card base that's 20 centimetres square. Okay. And then we're going to cut it, score it at 10 centimetres to give us a nice square, a nice slimline card. Okay. And now I want to cut 3 of these. I think 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So let's just give that a nice little score. So we can either do it 1, 2, 3. What do you think? Portrait or landscape? Let me know what you think. So I'm going to cut 3 of these from white card. And this is the snowflake die this time. Let's just move that over a bit. Landscape. Okay, so you were the first one to comment on that, so that's what we shall do. We've got 2. And we've got come on. 3. I'm really hoping my battery doesn't die for this card. So I'll try and be quite quick. So we want to take all those pieces out of there. These are quite fiddly, but they're quite worth it. If my battery dies, guys, I will finish it off and then show you the finished item by picture once I've been able to photograph it, which will probably be tomorrow morning now because the light has gone. Okay, so 2, and then we want 3. I actually really wish I'd bought the whole set and done more with it. I think it's a really nice set to use. Okay, so we've got our 3 baubles now. We've got our piece of card. Now obviously everything is white, so we want to change that. So we're going to add a bit of colour to these. So I'm going to use Highland Heather for a little bit. Oh, that's the pink one. This looks Highland Heathery, yep. So I'm just going to add a little bit of delicate colour to this bauble. Like so. Love a bit of blending, and you get a really light tone when you blend them. Okay. Next we'll have a little bit of pool party for the next one. This is a lovely colour, pool party. This is nice and bright. And let's have, how light has this gone? That's not gone very light, has it? So let's go with a light pink. Let's go Flirty Flamingo, shall we? Oh yeah, nice. That. So we've now got a bit of Highland Heather, a bit of Pool Party, and a bit of that. So let's add another little layer to this card because it feels quite flimsy. So let's go with 9.5 by 19.5, shall we? This layer on. So that's just 0.5 centimetre smaller than our card front. Okay, and now I want to cut out those baubles, just a plain round one. Let's bring that up. There's lots of layering going on here, but it will bring everything together really nicely. The floor. Now let's bring our baubles back in and stick these down. So we've got one. It actually really brings these alive when you stick them to the white backing. It really makes them last one is here. A little bit in the middle, and then at each point around the outside. Okay, so there we have our 3 baubles. We can bring our lovely card base back in. Let's stick these down. So I'm going to stick these 2 end ones down so they are flat. I want to line that up so that it's definitely flat. So I'm just going to use this piece of white card like so. I'm just using the squares on my grid paper to line that up. Lovely. And then this one I'm going to take and I'm going to put this on some pads. Oh, it's been a really long one tonight, hasn't it? I hope you're all still hanging around in there. I'm going to put that one just a little bit higher. So this is coming along quite nicely. I'm going to use this Snowflake Wishes for a Merry Christmas. It's a really nice size sentiment, this one. That one can go back over there. Okay, so this, let's just take a piece of, I think this is all I've got left from the Sahara sand, which is far too small. So let's mix it up a little bit more, shall we? And do what I always do when I'm not sure about something. Let's use a bit of black and white, which is a very different take for Christmas. So let's just measure this. So let's do a strip that's 2 centimetres. Let's do 2.5 to be on the safe side. Okay. So I've got some white embossing powder and we want some Versamark. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're just going to wipe our embossing buddy across our card. That just gives you a really nice emboss. Okay, and I'm going to pop this down about there. Okay. Let's pick up some embossing powder. Lovely. And give that a little heat with our heat tool. It's just starting to cure now. That's it. So that's set really nicely. And now let's take our scissors. I'm just going to snip this into a little bit of a banner. And then this can be down just about so. So let's put this on the back of here. Add a little bit of glue to this end. And there we have almost our finished card. I am going to add a little bit of this. nice card. I'm pleased with how this has turned out. Like so. Okay, and there we have our third card all finished. So let's just have a really quick little recap for my battery dies. So we have made 3 cards tonight using the Delicate Baubles dies. We've got 3 very different looking cards. So this one here, we've used the detailed Merry and Bright die over the background die. We've done a really simple blending technique around the edge, and we've spritzed a little bit of Wink of Stella across the background to get that little sparkle effect. The next card I have used the simple outline bauble die, cut from some designer series paper, some patterned paper, added a little strip and some text there using the Playful alphabet dies, and then lastly I have used another blending technique on the detailed die at the front, kept it very simple, added in a little embossed sentiment, and there we have it. 3 very different looking cards from the Delicate Bauble dies. They will be available in the sale from 11 o'clock tonight while stocks last. So do check that out. Plus there's lots of other things going in the sale, up to 50% off. Grab yourself a bargain. Or if you wanted to add, if you wanted to go ahead and complete the joining offer finishes at 10:59 tonight. You can get £130 worth of product for £75. You'll also get an extra 20% discount on anything you order between now and the end of April. Once you've completed that offer, there's no pressure to demonstrate or to sell, and it's a great opportunity to get a little bit more for your money, and you'll also start to see a few new things ahead of the game. So that's it from me tonight. I'm going to tidy up my desk and then mentally prepare myself to decorate the house. So wish me luck. I'll get all these on my blog in the next few days, and I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon. If anyone's got any questions, do give me a shout, and I look forward to speaking to you all very, very soon. Bye for now, guys.